California, late 1960s. A shadowy figure begins a reign of terror, leaving a trail of cryptic messages taunting the police and terrifying the public. The Zodiac Killer, an unidentified murderer who continues to haunt America's collective memory even decades later. Today, on Mystery in History, we delve into the infamous case of the Zodiac Killer, a story that intertwines cold-blooded crimes, codes and clues, many of which remain unsolved to this day. Our story begins on December 20th, 1968, in Vallejo, California, with the murder of Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday, two teenagers on their first date. While the community reels from this senseless act, a killer quietly begins to build his legend. Less than a year later, on July 4th, 1969, another attack follows. This time, Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau are brutally ambushed at a secluded lover's lane. Michael survives, providing police with their first glimpse into the mind of this disturbed individual. And then, the letters start. Cryptic messages sent to multiple newspapers across the Bay Area, each signed with a strange symbol resembling a crosshair. These letters contain horrifying details of the murders, leaving no doubt that the sender and the killer are the same. Within these messages, the Zodiac includes cryptograms. Ciphers, he claims, reveal his identity. One of these cryptograms, known as the 408 cipher, is broken by a high school teacher and his wife just days after it's published. But the contents only add to the fear and confusion. Instead of a confession, the Zodiac claims he's killing for the fun of it and will continue to do so until he's caught. The cryptogram ends with a chilling sentence: "I will not give you my name." Despite the best efforts of law enforcement, the Zodiac's identity remains a mystery. The killer's method appears almost random, targeting young couples but with different weapons and varying styles. The one common thread, his need to taunt, to control the narrative. The Zodiac repeatedly reaches out to the press, boasting of his successes and even providing chilling details that only he could know. Then, on October 11th, 1969, the Zodiac strikes again, but this time it's different. Paul Stein, a taxi driver, is found shot in San Francisco. Eyewitnesses spot a man leaving the scene, providing the only known description of the Zodiac: a heavy-set white male, wearing glasses, aged 25 to 30. Police search the area but miss him by minutes. Days later, the Zodiac sends a piece of Stein's bloody shirt to the San Francisco Chronicle, a macabre token of his taunting game. By now, the Zodiac has become a national sensation. Over the next year, he continues his correspondence, with each letter more unhinged than the last. His notes contain chilling threats, bizarre ramblings, and more cryptograms. Investigators, amateur code breakers, and even the CIA become involved, desperate to crack the killer's identity. But the Zodiac is as elusive as he is brazen. In 2024, over 54 years later, one of the Zodiac's ciphers, the Notorious 340 cipher, was finally decoded by a team of cryptologists, but rather than reveal his identity, it only reinforces his twisted ego. The message reads, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me. I'm not afraid of the gas chamber." The Zodiac had played yet another cruel joke on the public. Over the decades, dozens of suspects have emerged, with one name recurring often: Arthur Lee Allen, a man with a history of violence and disturbing behavior. But despite tantalizing evidence, no conclusive link has been found. Other suspects include Richard Gajkowski and Lawrence Kane, but every time a lead heats up, it cools just as quickly. The Zodiac remains as he always has, just out of reach. Today, the Zodiac case is considered cold, but it's far from forgotten. Amateur sleuths, cryptologists, and countless others continue the hunt for answers, poring over every shred of evidence, convinced that one day they'll crack the case. But with the passage of time, are we any closer to the truth, or has the Zodiac slipped permanently into the shadows of history? The story of the Zodiac Killer reminds us that not every mystery finds a resolution, and some answers lie forever in the dark. Thank you for watching Mystery in History. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. What do you think happened? Could the Zodiac Killer still be out there, hiding in plain sight?